Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Sports Talk Trio. Another quick episode here, as we're just going to talk about Super Bowl, college basketball, some NBA trade deadline and All-Star break stuff, and NFL awards that are going on as we're recording this. First off, the Super Bowl, Chiefs 49ers is Sunday. We're going to predict the game and the score. I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. I just feel like I said this to Sawyer a few weeks ago. I feel like the 49ers run reminds me a little of the Chiefs 2020 run when they came back from every game and won. I think the Niners are going to go down at half and come back and win in the second. I'm going to say it's high scoring, though. Give me the Niners 34-31.
I'm going with the Niners as well. I just think they've looked like the best team pretty much all season. They had that 3-game kind of losing skid. I think it was Browns, Vikings, and someone else where they looked a little off. But besides that, they've been pretty dominant, so I don't see a reason they won't be. I kind of think the script's going to flip a little bit. I think the Niners are going to go out in front pretty early. I know they've had to come back in every game so far, but I think they'll jump out in front. Chiefs will try and come back late, which they also haven't been really able to score late, so that'll be a little different. I'll take 24-16 Niners. Bruh.
Sorry, I was kind of locked in on this honor, so they're making some funny jokes with Tommy DeVito. But just right to college basketball, sort of. Super Bowl is going to be a great game. Everyone's complaining about the matchup because both teams are really good, but at the same time, we're going to see some high-quality football. Take it for what you want, but it's the last game of the year that you're going to see, so if you're complaining, then just don't watch the game, honestly. To be honest, I think it's going to be a really good game. I don't think the Niners are going to pull it out. The line for like the last play of the game's a kneel. I think it's going to be a Hail Mary, like a Chiefs Hail Mary or laterals or something.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like the Chiefs are going to have the ball last, but they're only going to have like 10 seconds or something like that.
But we'll see what happens. Should be in for a great game. Flipping to college basketball, first one to talk about, Butler took down Creighton, not even in double overtime as it would seem from the score. They won 98-97 in a thriller. Butler played great, obviously on offense. They hit a ton of shots as well as Creighton, but Butler got some big stops in the end of the game to help them push them to win.
Yeah, I mean, there was just no defense in this game. This was kind of an NBA-style college game. For me, this is a little bit of a victory lap, but I feel like the MVP was Andre Screen because he did a pretty good job on defense. He has been for a while now, kind of starting with Villanova and Eric Dixon. Personally, I think he's been better pretty much all season except for like 2 games. I got flamed a little bit on Twitter for saying we should bench Jalen Thomas for Screen during that 2-game stretch. So I'm proud of my boy Andre for the way he's been playing. But I want to give him credit for that. And then honestly, Jamil Telfort also, the fact that he got going so well is huge. But there's so much that happened in that game that could have gone the other way. Like if Bizjack doesn't hit that like 35-footer, we lose. So That's just a crazy game.
And then Butler this past day hung on with UConn. Pretty impressed with the way we were able to play in that one. Couldn't stop Klingen. But other than that, played pretty well. Couldn't really hit that many shots, but it was all good. I think we hung with Creighton better than any team has, or hung with UConn better than any team has recently.
Yeah, we did what we needed to do against UConn. No one expected us to win, but as long as we didn't get blown out, that was kind of enough that when the committee's looking at us on Selection Sunday, they're not going to be worried about that loss. I will say Klingen was kind of pissing me off. He's good, but like kind of feels like he'll just like bumble the ball and then pick it up and happen to be at the basket and just like drop it in. I don't know. He doesn't look super skilled to me, but he is obviously really good.
Yeah, I agree. Butler's going to be playing Providence on this Saturday, and then they'll quick turnaround, another home game against Marquette, looking for a sweep. Moving on, UNC pulled it out in the Dean Dome over Duke this past Saturday. I believe it was 9 points, 94-83 or something. 945, something like that.
That's high.
Duke really couldn't defend, it seems. They couldn't really stop the Tar Heels. But we'll see what happens in the one at Cameron.
Ryan Young is really bad. I'm sorry. He's a great guy. I'm sure he's a good leader, but he sucks. He can't play defense. Can't really play much offense either. He's just kind of a liability out there. But nobody really played that well except for McCain and Roach, which I'm glad McCain played well because I know he would have gotten so much shit from UNC fans if he didn't. But Filipowski's the one that really needs to play better because I think he might have had like 22 or something in that game, but if he did, it did not feel like 22. Yeah, he had 22 and 5, and that was probably the quietest 22 and 5 I've seen in a long time. So he definitely needs to take over a little bit in games like this. And his body language is kind of off a lot. Usually he'll miss like one shot and just start putting his head down. I stand by the fact that we need 5. I know I'm yapping about Duke, but like I've been saying since the start of the season, we need like a true rim protecting 5 that just like rebounds, dunks, gets blocks, defends. Because Filipowski's having to play that role right now, and it's just not working. He's not comfortable in it.
Yeah, we'll move on to some Big Ten. Wisconsin loses to Purdue. I think Wisconsin was up early in this game. Couldn't really see it. We're working for Nick White and Butler Sports Live. But Purdue seems pretty dominant right now. And seems like no one can beat them. Where is Purdue at, and can they finally make it on a run in the tournament this year?
I still like Purdue a lot for the tournament. They were my preseason national championship pick. Obviously, the fact they're in the Big Ten scares me because no matter how good any Big Ten team looks, you never know what you're going to get in March. So far, they haven't proven they can win in March. So obviously, got to wait on that before I get too excited about that. But it's just they have such a solid game plan no matter who they play. They have Edey inside, who's obviously going to get his all the time. And then they have shooters outside who are going to do what they do. So if those shooters are hitting shots, they're dangerous. But for Wisconsin, I feel like this is kind of a crazy choke because there was probably like a 2-day span where they were arguably a 1 seed just because the teams above them lost and they weren't losing. And then all of a sudden they lose at Nebraska, lose to Purdue, and then lose to Michigan, which is really bad. So it's looking a little scary for them. They're obviously still locks for the tournament, but they kind of got to fix up before March rolls around because they're looking sketchy right now.
And our last sort of college basketball talk about segment is Kansas played Houston at Allen Fieldhouse. They beat up on Houston. I don't think Houston ever had a lead. It seemed like Houston didn't really play at the best of their ability. Where's Houston at? Obviously in the Big 12 right now, they're obviously a lock, and so is Kansas. But what do we think is going to happen to both these teams as well?
Yeah, for Kansas, that was big because they had been struggling a little bit. They had that loss to Kansas State. They just weren't looking like the Kansas they were expected to look like. And they're 6-6. And no, that can't be right. This is women. Why is it showing me women's basketball? That's ridiculous. No, I go to plenty of women's basketball games. Don't worry.
Going to one tomorrow.
I am. Can't wait. They are 6-4 in conference, so still not great. But yeah, they were on a little bit of a losing streak there, so that was big for them to get kind of a signature win against Houston. I'm still not sold on them, mostly because I'm not sold on Houston either. I like them better than I have in past years just because they're getting that experience early. But to go out there and not really put up a fight in like a tough road environment isn't super encouraging. So I don't know. I think the fact that March is obviously neutral site helps them a lot, but they got work to do for sure. They can't be putting up performances like that.
Facts. I'm just texting Gino on Snapchat.com to make his college basketball picks.
We'll see if he can get them in while we make ours.
So first one, some Mountain West. We have a decent amount of Mountain West games in here. We're apparently obsessed with these. San Diego State at Nevada. I'm going to take SDSU, the reigning runner-ups. in March Madness. So I'm gonna take SDSU. I feel like Nevada's trash. I don't know.
Nevada has fallen off a little bit. They were kind of looking like a solid March team for a little while, but they lost really badly at New Mexico in late January, and they also had a bad loss to Wyoming, which kind of hurts. But I'm taking San Diego State as well. San Diego State won by 12 the first time they played. That was only a couple weeks ago, so not much has changed since then. But Nevada needs this if they want to kind of get back on the right side of the bubble, but I don't think they're going to get it.
Just a pause real quick. They're doing a flag football player of the year in the NFL honors for an award.
That's insane.
I like that Tyreek Hill's presenting it too, because he'd be a beast.
That he would be a beast. Is it like what NFL player would be the best at flag football? Or
no, like actually flag football player of the year.
How do they decide that? Like who votes on that?
I don't know.
That's kind of wild.
We're going to move to Providence or Butler this Saturday. I'm going to take Butler. I think Butler gets their get back. Providence just had an insane game against Creighton. It's going to be a tough environment at Hinkle, I think, for Providence, but they're probably used to it with the dunk, they call it, right?
Yeah.
The dunk. But we'll see what happens there. I think Butler's going to win. All you got to do is sort of lock up that Josh Oduro and Devin Carter guy, and I think you're a little set.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like all signs are pointing to a Butler win. Last time they played, it was at Providence. Butler went down 15-0 early and still had to choke away the game in OT to lose that. So I think coming to Hinkle, and now Providence doesn't have a Bryce Hawkins either, which they had in the first matchup. So if Butler just does what they did last time, they should be fine. Maybe don't go down 15-0 this time. But I think this should be a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but a pretty smooth Butler win. Who just won Flag Football Player of the Year?
2 people are sharing the award.
That's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
It's all good. Baylor at Kansas, Big 12. We love the Big 12 here. I'm going to take Kansas. I feel like Kansas is going to go on a little hot streak here before March. Do good in their Big 12 tournament and then just fall off in the tournament.
Yeah, I think this Kansas rough patch can't last forever. And this feels like when you combine this game with the Houston game, I think if they win both of these, that's kind of the sign that the skid is over and they're pretty much back to being Kansas, although those would both be home wins. So they need to show a little more, but I think Kansas can pull this one out.
I respect that. Max Crosby's got a little brace on his wrist. He's okay. Kansas State at BYU. I'm going to take BYU. Tough atmosphere in BYU. They low-key sucked recently. I haven't really seen them winning games, so I'm going to take them with a dub over Kansas State.
Yeah, BYU has not been great. They did just get blown out by Oklahoma, who I really don't think is that good at all. Other than that, they've been pretty solid, but I'm taking Kansas State. I believe they're coming off that Kansas win. Unless they had one game in between. Yeah, they just played Kansas, beat them at home. Obviously, BYU is a big road crowd, but I like Kansas State to stay hot. I think they take down the Mormons.
I like that. Boise State at Utah State. Strictly, Utah State won an OT last time. I'm taking Boise State.
I'm not going to lie. I don't have much reasoning for this either, but I like Utah State here. I hope Boise State wins, though, because add Butler's resume. So
tough to beat a team twice.
It is.
Kansas at Texas Tech. I took Texas Tech. I'm switching to Kansas.
I feel kind of bad. I feel like I've been a Texas Tech hater all season. I did pick them this past week to beat Baylor, and they didn't come through for me, but I feel like we have a Texas Tech game on here damn near every week, and I almost always pick against them. But I kind of have to do it again. I just don't feel like I can pick against Kansas. But again, for resume purposes for Butler, I hope Texas Tech can pull it out.
I like that. Currently presenting Coach of the Year. We'll keep you updated on this award. Marquette at Butler. I'm going to take Marquette. Butler might get rolled in this game.
Yeah, this is the first home game for Butler that, at least that we've been able to go to, or that we will be able to go to, that scares me a lot. Butler honestly played pretty bad at Marquette, and Marquette just somehow played worse. So they're both teams. I'm sure are going to step it up at Hinkle. So I'm glad that we'll at least get to see what should be a good game. But it's like Drew said, it's so hard to beat a team twice, and Kolek's not going to be as bad as he was last time. So
it seems like he's on fire.
Yeah, he's on a heater now.
And then we'll have wrong sheet.
We got Oklahoma Baylor.
I'm taking Baylor. I think Baylor's going to pull this one out. They seem hot. Seemed like they kind of got pissed off once they lost that triple OT game to TCU. So, and I know it's a tough place to play in Waco.
Yeah, like I said, Oklahoma doesn't really impress me. They were as high as 10th in the country at one point. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. So I'm taking Baylor in this one pretty easily. They're about to announce the coach of the year right now, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Kevin Stefanski won.
Tom Grossi is presenting. That's cool. Did he win?
Kevin Stefanski's not there.
But he won?
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski won. Browns get 3 awards. Wait, no, we got 2.
No, we got 3.
And coach, will they announce that there? AP Coach of the Year?
I don't know if they'll announce it there, but it counts. If the Browns posted it, it must count.
Yeah.
So
They're doing the Deacon Jones of the Year.
I have no clue what that is, but Browns get Coach of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year. Big award season. I gotta see if the Browns have posted their graphic yet, so I can repost it.
Dan Campbell did get robbed, probably, and DeMeco Ryans.
It is a regular season award. We got to keep that in mind. Let's see if the Browns posted it. I'm looking good on my award.
I don't know why Saquon Barkley's playing the guitar. What the hell?
I do not know.
All right, we'll move on to Colorado State at SDSU. I'm going to take SDSU again, a little upset.
Give me Colorado State in this one. I feel like I've been hating on them too, and it's time to stop. They're still kind of my favorite Mountain West team to make a run in the tournament. I like the way they play. Honestly, not the best recently. Another team that lost to Wyoming, which I guess is upsetting people in the Mountain West, but I like them to bounce back here. They got a nice cupcake game against San Jose State before this, so I think they should be well prepared, well rested.
Last game, South Carolina Auburn. I've been hearing the South Carolina coach is going to win Coach of the Year for what he's been able to do. I think they have 3 losses.
Yeah, they're 20-3.
Shout out Chris Holtman for letting Michi Johnson go. He's one of the best guards in the country. I'm going to take Auburn, though. I feel like Auburn's nice with it.
Auburn is nice with it. I doubted them last week. Shouldn't have done that. But I really like South Carolina. I want to be able to watch more of their games. They're always playing at the same time as Duke or Butler, I feel like. But from what I have seen, I really like the way they play. And they're definitely hot right now. So I'm going to take them to keep rolling.
And then we're going to move on to some NBA, sort of last segment of the show. NBA All-Star snubs. Trae Young was an All-Star snub, but he got put in for injury. The main one now that's not in it, I'd say, is just Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen probably could have gotten in it over who else got in with Trae?
Scotty Barnes.
He should have gotten in over Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is so overrated. Jared Allen went on like a 17-game streak of getting 17 double-doubles or something. He's a beast. But Cleveland gets no media attention per usual. He's not going to be there. Donovan Mitchell will represent the Cavs. So, all good, but I feel like Jared Allen deserved it.
Yeah, I would agree on that. I would say overall, though, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they did.
There's not as many obvious snubs as usual. Trae Young was really bad, though.
That one was bad.
He's averaging 27 and 10. It's
I think
ridiculous.
Domantas Sabonis is a big snub.
Oh, that is a good
He's
one. Yeah.
one of the best players in the league right
damn
now.
near averaging a triple-double.
And he's top 5 in MVP odds, so...
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong there, but other than that, they've done a good job.
This next one, we're very happy about. Not about him being injured, but Embiid being ineligible for MVP. I hate Joel Embiid. He's so annoying. Ducking Jokic. Jokic is going to win it now, the GOAT. So I think that I like that they implemented this rule to show that players can't just sit their ass on the bench and still win an award. So I do like that.
Yeah, we are a big Joel Embiid hate show here, so this is great news for us. Hopefully he gets well as soon as possible, but I'm pretty sure it's like medically impossible for him to not miss too many games.
Yeah.
So he's out, which is good news for me. I saw a tweet that I feel like sums up the new rules pretty well, and it's just I wish I had it on me, but the guy just said like, I don't know why we're complaining about guys having to play basketball to win a basketball award.
Yeah,
which is like that's pretty much perfect to me because I don't know why. It's most valuable player. You can't be valuable if you're not playing. You're not even a player if you're not playing. So
the most valuable thing you can have is availability.
Yeah, best ability is availability.
Yeah.
Embiid don't have it. Get him off the odds.
NBA trade deadline was today. We're just gonna say the winner was because there wasn't any like big ones. I think the Knicks won it. They got two pretty good role players in Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic and didn't give up that much. They gave up Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, someone else, and like 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, I think they got off pretty easy with what they had to give up. They didn't have to give up any first-round picks all season with their trades, including with the OG trade, which I think is really impressive for them. That's a very un-Knicks thing to do. So they're definitely one of, if not the biggest winner of the deadline. They did screw themselves over for their game the night we're recording this. They just lost to the Mavs because they have like 6 real players. But
hey, Miles McBride, damn.
Miles McBride.
Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh my God. Josh Hart has a triple-double.
Cavs should have traded for Josh Hart last year.
In case y'all are wondering what we're yelling about, Dante DiVincenzo just dropped 36.
He's been on fire.
That's kind of crazy. Shout out Charlie Brown, 3 points in 21 minutes.
But anyways, Cavs should have traded for Josh Hart. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's all good though. NBA All-Star event winners, they haven't really been fully announced yet. We know most of the 3-point contests.
It's all final now.
The dunk contest too.
Yeah.
Who's in the dunk contest?
You got Mac McClung, Jaylen Brown, Jacob Toppin, and Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Give me Jaime Jaquez.
I can't pick against Mac McClung. He was insane last year.
He was pretty crazy.
But I have seen, supposedly Jaquez has a bag.
I have heard that. It's only taking him.
I saw a lot of comments
trusting
about
the rook.
People were like, "Oh, why is the dunk contest still a thing? Like, we should just get rid of it," because they saw that field and they were like, "Oh, this sucks." I kind of feel like those people just don't watch enough basketball. Because like, if you don't know that Mac McClung can dunk, you're not paying attention. I know he's not a household name, but you just don't watch the dunk contest, and then you're saying it should be taken away for that, which I think is kind of stupid.
And then the 3-point contest, I don't know everyone who's participating. I'm just going to say my biased answer and take Donovan Mitchell. He probably doesn't have the best stroke for it, but I'll just take him.
Bad stroke game. Let me pull up the participants here. We got Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese is not winning.
Hey, he came in second last year.
Not with that broken-ass jumper.
Damian Lillard, Lauri Markkanen. I think that's his second time in it, which is kind of whack.
I don't mind Laurie.
Donovan Mitchell.
Cat. I'm taking Cat.
Cat does have a strap.
Cat's
Trae Young.
Cat's a beast in that. He's won it before.
Low-key, give me Brunson.
Nah.
I'm
going to take Cat.
I'm not fully knowledgeable on all these guys shooting form, but I think form is actually the most important part of these contests. Not because it's like one goes in more often, but because the guys that jump real high, like Donovan Mitchell does, their legs get tired after like 4 rounds of shooting. So I feel like Brunson's a guy that has a good shot for this contest. I'm gonna take him.
I like that. So last thing we're gonna do is just like react to the NFL awards that have happened so far. Depoy started with O'Roy, CJ Stroud, well deserved. I think he was the easy winner in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was pretty set in stone after the season. I feel like every year the rookies are getting better and better, which is kind of unfortunate that there's only one award to give out because I think at a certain point you got to split the quarterbacks up. Because Puka just had like one of the greatest rookie receiving seasons ever. Sam Laporta had one of the greatest rookie tight end seasons ever.
They're doing a magic trick on Roger Goodell right now.
Oh, God.
We're going to stay with this.
Goodell's lawyers are on the edge of their seats right now.
Yeah. After that, Depoy, Myles Garrett won. Pretty happy about that. I know Gino's not. He probably has his opinions.
Yeah, thank God he's not here to state his opinions.
It's whatever.
He would be pissed. We've already heard it from him in the group chat.
It's whatever, but King of Clubs. That he picked a card, King of Clubs.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is Penn and Teller.
What's that?
They're the magicians. They're Vegas legends.
Are they going to make him disappear?
I don't know, but I hope my parents are proud of me for knowing that.
Oh wait, no, they're filling this up with
Oh,
cards.
he is gonna disappear.
I believe he
No,
just.
he's gonna grab one. He's gonna grab the right card.
I believe he just exited out of the thing.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Depoy, our Coach of the Year, Stefanski won regular season award. He's able to bring him to the playoffs with absolutely no one on the roster.
I will say, as much as I'm happy that the Browns got all these awards, I think giving Coach of the Year and Assistant Coach of the Year to the same team is kind of counterintuitive, because there's an argument you could make that the Browns were only that good because Jim Schwartz got hired, in which case Stefanski should not be Coach of the Year, so I would only give it to one of them.
Stefanski did hire Jim Schwartz, though.
He did, but I don't know if that makes him Coach of the Year.
What the hell?
Okay, Roger Goodell's black now.
That's Barry Sanders.
Um,
Roger Goodell just turned into Barry Sanders.
I don't know how they did that.
Keegan-Michael Key's freaking out in my ear right now.
That is impressive, I guess.
But other than that, that's it for Sports Talk Trio. Quick episode. Next week, I'm going to try and get these fools to do a baseball episode with me. I'm going to try and figure out how to set it up. I've been trying to think if we should do just predict the whole division or just predict the winner. I'm trying to think. I'm in between right now. I don't really know.
Hey, we did entire conference standings for the Power
But
5
we're doing
basketball,
the whole division. There's only 3 divisions per league.
Yeah, we can put up with.
We're gonna pull up.
6
We're just
divisions.
gonna do the giraffe neck Mark usual prediction, how he does his shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll follow your lead.
But other than that,
51 new friend requests on
thank you for watching another quick episode. Bye bye.